Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Sujaya, and in this video I'm going to be quickly taking you through, if you are going to be a beginner makeup artist, how to really create your kit. So some quick tips to create your kit in the best budget way. So here I am being a makeup artist and a stylist to really help you out how you can really decide upon what to buy, what not to buy. I will just guide you through and how you should choose to keep the products initially when you are in a budget. So my fellow makeup artists, to start with any makeup, you also must be knowing that the first thing is to prep and prime. And to prep and prime, you really need to have a good product base. So it could be, I'm not saying it should be luxury, but it should be certain which helps the client's skin type and texture. So on common grounds, you should have some moisturizer that should go with all skin types. So you need to have a good moisturizer or a good facial oil or both to really prep the client's skin. This is something which is the Embryolisse. It's an amazing moisturizer. It works great for moisturizing and priming, both of them. And I love the bio oil, which is again a really affordable facial oil. You get a lot of facial oil from Versali, Indulgio. I mean, there are many more which I will not discuss. The video is not about that. It's just you should need to have a good moisturizer and a facial oil, or any one of them, but it's very much needed. So this was sort of a prepping. In this priming, you need to have good primers. Now primers are different kinds available, guys, in the market. There is a primer which is meant for mattifying, then there are primers which are meant for pores, then there are illuminating primers. So technically I would suggest that in Indian market you definitely should have a pore primer. Most of the skin types you will end up seeing pores, so pore primer is something we should definitely have, and others are your choice. If you want to buy an illuminating primer or something. Then after priming, guys, you have to move on to the color correction, concealing. So first let's start with the concealer. Now concealers are, again, it's all on your budget. What I recommend is either you should have a palette which has some 3 to 4 minimum colors, or you can have just 2 colors, which is one is the lightest and one is the darkest. If possible, 3 colors are the best, where you have the lightest, the medium and the dark. Though if not possible, with the light and the dark you can create many shades, so it's all your choice. So with the palette, I have this MAC palette here. You can buy, there are a lot of palettes available in Nykaa also. So a concealer palette like this which has many shades is also a good thing to really have in your kit. And then you can have a lighter concealer and a darker concealer and mix both of them to create multiple shades. Now what you really have to keep in mind, guys, that the client type that you are serving, generally in Indian market we are more towards the yellow tone or neutral tones, but if you're working with clients which has pink tones, like for shoots, you have models from outside, and if you really have to see what is your requirement. Generally, if you're working for bridal, warm tones work best. So you can have the 2 undertones of the concealer similar, and you can have a lighter shade in that and a darker shade. And that's how you can really mix it up and create multiple shades out of it. This is what I do. And then the next one is the foundation. Now foundation, again, is the same theory. Either you can have a palette where you have multiple colors. So I think brands like Krylon, there's RCMA brand also, which is not available in India, but they're available on the Instagram pages. I'll try to link them below. But even Krylon, they have nice palettes where you can mix in well and create multiple shades, like n number of shades. They are different tonalities, the undertones of the foundation. But still, if you are again on tight on budget, if you want to buy just like one foundation doesn't work, guys. Let me tell you, being a makeup artist, one foundation doesn't work because it's serving so many different skin types, so many different skin colors. So one foundation doesn't work. Need to have at least minimum of 2 colors of foundation. As I said, one could be the lightest, one could be the darkest. So suppose like I have a light color here, which is a Huda Beauty foundation, then a darker one here. So that's how it is. I can mix both of them to create n number of shades. So that's how you also have to do it. So 2 foundations and 2 concealers could be enough compact kit for you guys as a beginner makeup artist. So you can see that. Then the next step is the setting up of the makeup, and here what I recommend is if you just want to buy like one product, you should buy a loose powder, like a translucent powder. Don't buy colored powders because they really give a sort of a color to the skin. It's better to buy a translucent one because that works, I think, great. So buy a translucent one, and I have this one from RCMA and I really like this. It's just like a white powder, you can see, but doesn't give any color to the face, so it's just totally translucent or transparent, you can say, but definitely it just brightens up a bit. So transparent will not be the right word to say, translucent is the best thing. Yeah, so it's a no color powder and I really like this. You can just have one powder and that is enough. Next, coming on to the cream contour. Now you can actually do your cream contour from the concealer palette that you have, if you have a palette, or what I recommend to have maybe a concealer palette, or maybe just foundations, or even if you can have a darker color foundation, you can just work the contour with that. You don't need to buy a separate contour color, but definitely look forward that it should not be a warm tone, it should be a cool tone, because that's only you can contour. So you can do from that. So cream contour you can work from your concealers, the darker color concealer that you have, and or either from your foundation. So that's how you can work with your cream contour, or either you can just buy separately. Again, all depends on the budget. I'm just trying to give you my opinion of how much less you can buy if you are tight on your budget. So that's it, guys. Now we'll move on to the powder products for face. So next is the blush, contour powder and the highlight powder. Now again, if you have to buy just one blush, guys, I would suggest you to go for a peachy tone blush, something like towards this color. Okay, so I would suggest you to go towards a peachy tone, because peach tones really suit every skin color. It could be from light to dark skin color. Peach color just suits everybody. Or either you can buy like mini palettes. You get a lot in many brands, which is like this. So you can buy palettes which have multiple colors, or like smaller palettes like that, or you can buy like bigger palettes like this, which is, this one is from Morphe, so you can buy big palettes like this. I'll also do like a review of all the product, like category wise. I'll put video, guys, so don't worry. I'll give you my best primers, I'll give you my best foundations, but in this video it will be too much to tell you, so just wait for it. I will take you through all the products that I have category wise in my other coming videos, so don't worry. Then moving on to the highlighter. Now highlighter also have a lot of palettes, but you can also have just one color, which is more like a champagne. This is from Anastasia Ambrisi, and I so love this highlighter. But also Maybelline Master Chrome, I don't have it, but Maybelline Master Chrome is an amazing highlighter, in I think in the shade golden. I don't know the exact name, but that is also one of I've tried from my friend, and it's really good highlighter, almost at the similar shade to the Ambrisi. And you should have a champagne color highlighter, guys, if you have to buy just one. Champagne color highlighters work great for all skin types. Don't buy a silver, don't buy a golden, doesn't work. So you need to buy something which is champagne color, because that's something towards a warm, and it's a blend in between, so works great for all skin colors. So yeah, if one, then champagne color to go for. Next is the contour, and contour also you can have, guys, in a palette formation like this. So you can have multiple kind of shades, you can mix in shades as well. It's just not that you have to use this alone. You can actually mix all of them, or some two colors together, and you can create. This is a Morphe 9BZ palette. Then and you can have something which is like standalone, which is a good product again, which is Hoola Bronzer. Hoola Bronzer is a great color, guys, because I feel it has the perfect tonality of the cool and the warm tone. This is almost over. I've used up all. I just wanted to show you. Or you can have this Physician formula. Like there are so many bronzer and contouring shades out there in the market. You can just buy. If you have to only buy one, then I recommend you to buy the Hoola Bronzer. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the contour, blush, highlight. Now let's move on to the eyes real quick. For the eyes, we'll move on first to the eyeshadow. So eyeshadow, what kind of palette you should decide on to buying, that's a task, right? So I would give you a really easy way to understand that. You need to have technically three things into it. A palette that has warm colors, I'll show you what. Then it should have a black. Black is a much needed color, because otherwise you can buy separately also, but if you want to buy it in a palette, then a black should be there. Then the third one has to have some colors. It all depends on what kind of clientele you're serving, what colors do you want to experiment, so totally your choice. So I will show you like warm colors I was talking about is something like this. This is a Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So these are all really nice warm tones, work with any skin color, guys, any skin color, I'm telling you. So this is a palette that could work for any skin type, any skin color, sorry. Then another one, I have this from a very known makeup artist, Indian makeup artist Shruti Bhatt, and this is called This Is All I Need, and it is an amazing palette. It totally justifies the name that she has put, which is This Is All I Need, because this is all that you'll be needing if you need in one eyeshadow palette. So this one, you can see it has these warm colors, amazing highlight shades. Then you have these colors moving around here, then a black, which is much needed, and again these warm tones. So a palette like this will be there with, you can have this palette to create immense number of looks, and it works great if you are just buying your first palette. Go for this one. Then another one which I have, which was my actually first palette, because This Is All I Need just came some time back. The one that I have is the one that I bought initially when I started off with my career was Dare to Create. Yeah, it's called Dare to Create, which is a 39A Morphe palette, and you can see this is quite a huge palette, guys. So this palette has colors like a lot of transition shades, if you can see, because you end up using a lot of transition shades, right? So that is there. Then you have the browns, the reds, the blue, and the olives, and the greens, everything. Yeah, most of the thing you can create, again, so many color eye looks with this. Another thing is so this is all up to you, but one palette, as I've told you, This Is All I Need, is amazing to buy. Then later on you can keep building up on your vanity, guys. I recommend my students to go for this palette to start off with, and then later you can definitely build up on the colors that you want to use, so your choice. The next in the eyeshadows are glitter eyeshadows. So in the palette that you're looking for an eyeshadow, you should have mattes and foils. That's the one thing I forgot to mention, that obviously this has these amazing highlight foil shades, then some shimmery shades and some matte. So you should have a whole combination of matte, foil, and some shimmery shades. So shimmery doesn't mean like glittery shades, it means it has very tiny little bit of the shimmer. The other one, which is there, is called as pressed glitters. So these are pressed glitters which you get easily available in the market. These are the ones, generally people say you don't need glue, but I tend to use glue because otherwise it doesn't stick well. So something like this is needed. Now glitter is totally an option to buy if you're doing brides, and then you might need some glitters, or if you it's totally a choice and totally up to your need that you want to buy this or not. So glitters are something that you can skip if you don't need it, or you can just keep, you can have it in your vanity, or you can just have these liquid glitters, which is like this is from Urban Decay, and they just have these kind of tip, so you can work this as a liner also, and you can also work, just spread it all over to create a glittery look. The next thing is the eyeliner. So I think you guys must know, everyone's vanity thing, that there are gel liners. Then you have the stick liners like this, which comes as a rotatable thing. Then the other one is the liquid liner, and what I tell people, if you have to choose one, then choose the gel liner, because this you can work amazingly, you can smudge it out, or you can create a definite shape. But with the liquid liner you can't do that. You have to create something which is just prominent, so smudging and all will not work. So if you just have to buy one liner, then go for the gel liner. This is a Maybelline New York Eye Studio gel liner. I so swear by this. This is an amazing affordable gel liner. If you want to buy all the three, they're not a lot of cost, so you can just have one kajal in your vanity. You can have a liquid liner or a gel, but just one, then go for a gel. Yeah, so moving on to the next are the eyebrows. Now eyebrows, it is on your skill. Like me as a makeup artist, I like to work with the pomade, so I have the Anastasia gel pomade. But if you are somebody who loves to work with pencils, go for pencils. Is again your choice, but you need to have one brow product. Now minimum of one brow product. You can have the brow gel also if you can buy, otherwise just a pencil or a pomade is necessary to work with your brows. One important thing to really buy, to keep in mind while buying the brow product, is never buy a black color. Black color, no, doesn't go with your brows. So you need to have something which is dark brown, or towards a chestnut color, you can understand, or just a dark brown. I'll show you the color of this, almost like it's used, but it's nothing like a, if my camera can focus, yeah, It is nothing which is like black. You can definitely say it's a dark brown. So colors like this work well for your brows, for Indian brows. Definitely if you're doing something with blonde blonde hair or blonde color eyebrows, you need to have colors accordingly. But if you're just working, as I said, Indian market, black not required, a brown one is needed, and that is a must. Don't buy the black, guys. Now the other thing is, the must thing is the mascara. It's so important. I have this colossal mascara from Maybelline. Mascaras are nothing to be really looked into, like luxury mascara, something which you're comfortable with and you feel it's good. It's just good to go. And I think Maybelline mascaras are really amazing. They used to have falsies. I think it's not available in market now. I'm a little sad about that because I really loved that falsies from my college time till now, and they have just stopped it. So this is the one which I really recommend and I really like. So Maybelline Colossal. To finish up your eye look, you need to have lashes, right? You can have like 3 types, I would say, like one towards the small length, like natural looking lashes, and the second one could be a little medium, and third could be heavy bridal. So you can have 3 categories of lashes into your vanity. I would suggest that. So yeah, that's how you complete the eye look. Now we are almost done with the whole face discussion. I think, yeah, we're done with the face, we're done with the eyes, prep and priming is done. Then you come to the lips. Now lips are totally, you can just be like all over with your lipstick collection. For what I have, and something which is discontinued, guys, but I just want to show you, is this Anastasia lip palette. I don't know why this is discontinued, but I so love this palette. They have these primary colors and they have these neutrals, then some other colors. And I mean, I have studied the whole color theory when I was in fashion design, and with that knowledge I can just create like 1,000 colors from this. I mean generally you create all the colors from these primary colors, and with the white hair, black hair, you can just, I think this gives such a great opportunity. If you really want to create any shade that you want to match, you don't have to carry any other lipstick with you, and this is the thing that will just complete your vanity. Well, coming on to the lipstick, you just need to have, I would suggest, a nude lipstick. A red or a pink. So some colors like red, pink, browns, and then you need to have like 2 to 3 kind of nudes. So like a pink nude, a brown nude, that kind of nude you should definitely have in your vanity, because just a brown nude will not work for all the things. Or either you can just have main colors like red, pink, like berry, plum color, all these colors, and then you can mix in with the nudes and create new shades. So you can have like 3 nudes or 3 different colors of the lipstick and create much more from that. Now let's move on to the very essential part of your vanity, and that is the makeup tools. And keeping in mind the situation of COVID, guys, we as artists have to be really careful from now on, that there is no hint of any bacteria to get transferred. So you need to have a lot of disposable stuff in your tool. So let's begin with it, and I'll first start with definitely having a sanitizer in your kit. A sanitizer is very much important, and alcohol based sanitizer is really important to have in your kit, because I mean I feel that's the more trusted than the gel one. So this is a much needed thing to before you start off with the makeup. Obviously you need to have up your gloves on, your face shield on, and a mask on. That is also one of the essential things of your kit. Then moving on to the other one is having a sanitizing spray. So you need to have a good sanitizing spray to spray it on the area that you're working. Just clean up the area before you start working. So that is very important. A sanitizing spray for your makeup is a must again. Then you need to have disposables like cotton. The next is a mixing palette, and this palette is so important. You get a sort of a spatula like this to scrape off any product that you need. You need to have this palette, guys. It's so important because you don't want to end up touching your product every time you use it. Now I'll again make a separate video of how to be really cautious and how to use your makeup well in this COVID scenario, and even if it was not a COVID scenario, how to really be hygienic and clean with your kit. So I'll make a video on that. So yeah, that's important thing to have in your kit, to mix up your foundation, to have all the products here and then use it on the client so your product doesn't get infected. and this is important. Now also you need to have wands like these mascara wands are quite important to have in your kit, because eyes are something which is a very sensitive area. You should not really spoil your product, you know, using it just on one client. So you need to take off the mascara in the mixing palette and then just use the mascara from there. So yeah, that's it. Then next are the very important earbuds, and these are Q-tips, you say. A lot of people say it's Q-tips also. This was the whole hygiene thing and the you know, products that you need to have in your makeup kit. So let's move on to the major tools of the application. The first thing is a beauty blender. You need to have a beauty sponge to you know, blend in your makeup. So that is the first thing that you should have. Now if you are a brush person, you love to work with brush, you can just have the brush, but I suggest you to have a blender if in case you need to, you know, really blend that some brush strokes into it. So a blender is important. So next are the brushes. I'll quickly take you through the brushes. So technically you should buy like a brush set, and in which you get some face brushes, some eye brushes, and there are a lot of brush sets available in the market. I'll try and link in some below which I feel is an affordable one and is available in India. I think most of things might not be available on India online websites, but you can get it on from Instagram pages. I will link them below in my description box. So I'll quickly take you through the brushes that you must have in terms of the you know, usage. So you need to have a foundation brush, which means to buff it in your foundation, or you can just use a sponge. You need to have a blush brush to apply the blush. Then you need to have a contour brush for the contour, and then for blending in any cream product into your, you know, areas like small areas, you can just have a blending brush, a small buffing brush, and then you can just have a highlighter brush to highlight, because these are some of the brushes you would need to have and you know, to work around for quite well. So technically 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 brushes for face. I've just used them, so they're a little dirty, I'm sorry for that. Then let's move on to the essential eye brushes that one need to have. So first I'll take you through the eyeshadow brushes, which you should definitely have. One is sort of the blending you know, blending brush, which is sort of fluffy blending brush. You should have this. So basically in 3 sizes you should technically have them. One is the bigger one, then the medium size one, and then the shorter one to really blend that inside you know, areas of your eyes. So these 3, I recommend to have 3 sizes into your Vanity for your blending buffing brushes. Then flat brushes also, I would recommend you to have one like this. So this is the one that you would be needing, something like flat to apply your foils or your glitters, and the other one could be this little tapered one to really go into your crease. Well, if you're doing any cut crease or something, you can have a brush which is like this to apply the concealer down when you're doing a cut crease. And also this is a flat brush which really helps you clear up your eyebrow area, so that is good. Then you need to have eyebrow brush which is with a spoolie, and then an angular brush here, so you can just work it up on your eyebrows if you're working with a powder product or gel pomade. So that's it guys, that's 8 brushes. It's good, well enough to start with your first Vanity, you know, a beginner Vanity. And then one last thing, which is your brush cleaning tool. It's so important to have a brush cleaning tool. I mean, soap works well, it's fine, but then this one right here, which is from MAC, is an amazing brush cleaning tool. It's alcohol based, so with the alcohol based into it, it's a very fast drying formula. You can just spot clean your brushes. So if you have to clean your brushes faster, if you don't have many brushes, this product works amazing. You can just clean on spot, wait for a few seconds, and you'll be done with it. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you all out there found this video helpful. If you are looking out for somebody to tell you that what should be essential for your kit, then this video would have helped you. I've not really spoken about all the products in detail because it might take up to eternity to really finish this up. I'll do separate videos of all the product categories like foundation, concealers, which are the best ones to really have in your kit. A separate video on that. I will definitely put it very soon, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I put a video. And yeah, that's it guys. I hope it was an enjoyable video. I was able to solve up your queries. If you had something, if you still have more queries, please do write down below and I'll be happy to answer. And I will see you guys very soon.